How y'all doing today? My name is Derek Bean. I'm here interviewing Chester entrepreneur to figure out how it all started.
My name is Jean-Pierre Bryce. I am 45 years old, and my business is cmpradio.net. It's the station.
First question we got today is why did you start your business and how did you go upon starting it?
Um, I started my station because my city needed a voice. It needed a place to talk. It needed a place to communicate. And then we also had to hold some people accountable. There were some things going on that I didn't like. And I felt like a radio station was the best way to do that. When you think about radio, like that was the beginning of communication throughout America, right? And people remember, you wouldn't remember because you got so much technology now, but back in the day, they used to sit in front of the radio to listen to TV shows. They didn't have television. Then television came out, and then people forgot about radio. So I believe that the quickest way to get a message across is on the radio airwaves. So I started cmpradio.net. At first, it was a for-profit business, right? And there wasn't a lot of profit in it, right? And everybody was like, "Well, why you started?" No, but I stuck with it. I've had it for 7 years. We turned it into a nonprofit. Now I come into the schools. I teach people how to storytell. And I say this, and I'm not being, I don't want to sound mean, but you have to have a love for what I'm doing, right? For me to give it to you. I can't give it to you if you don't like it. You feel me? So I'm not even trying to force it down anybody's throat, right? Come into the class, we talk about what we talk about, try to get class participation. But if we're not going to get it, I'm not going to force it, right? And then the people that want to do the podcasting, I work with them, right? So it's real. It takes a lot of, you got to care about what you're doing, right? You got to love it, right? Or it's just work, and I don't like the work.
Shit. All right. So next question we got for you today is what are challenges and failures you faced on your way to where you are now?
There were tons of challenges, tons of failures. I'll tell you this. There's no sense in doing anything if you know how to do it. You have to learn, right? So, I failed at going live. I failed at keeping it live up. I failed at understanding how to make sure the voices are given to the internet, right? I failed at knowing how to set up the internet so people can see it. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this so a kid can see me and then have a dream to do it, right? Because there was nobody else doing this, right? Shout out to Yes God, man, and the things that he's doing, right? Shout out to Quan Knox, right? The videographers, right? I would love to work with that. Think about this: if we decided to come up with our own movie theater, our own movie studio, we can do that because there's enough people in the city that has the talent to make sure every job can be complete, right? So I look at it that way, right? It's a lot of stuff that I will still fail at, but I'll get better, right? And that's what you have to understand. I will get better. I need to get better. You come to school, you get a bad grade on a test. You don't want to stop taking tests. You want to get better. If you really want to get better, right? You playing basketball, have a couple turnovers. All right, I got to get better at this, right? So sometimes failure is your best teacher, right? And you gotta appreciate your failings, right, to be better, right? So yeah.
To kind of piggyback off of that question, with the failures that you had, how did you overcome them and get past them and not let them stop you from the business that you had today?
I just kept pushing, right? I think I fail every day. You feel me? Like there's something I can do better every day, and I'm learning. I didn't go to school for this. I went to college for a semester, and my grandma fell, and I came home to take care of her, and life just got real, right? And I think I had to go through that so I could understand what I need to do now, right? So yeah, I'm 45, and I started this station when I was 37. I started this station because I felt like my kids needed a place to hear my voice. I didn't think I was going to live to 45 years old, right? But I'm here now, right? So, like I said, every failure I take from it, I go back in and I re-examine it. Why did this fail? Why did this not work? What can I do better, right? I've reached out for grants. Might have got denied the first time, might have got denied the second time, that third time, oh, they reaching out to me, right? Because they see what I'm doing, right? Even though you ain't give me the money, I'm still doing the work. So they like, no, this is a good program. If we put some money behind him, he can get some more people, he can do more stuff, right? And that's what it's about. I have to lead, right? And I can't be begging anybody to follow me. I just got to keep marching. So, failures happen. I keep failures right there in front of my face. I don't throw them away, and I study them, and I try to examine how can I be better, right? So, just keep pushing. That's how you get over your failures, right? Understanding that every day is a challenge, and some days you go to sleep thinking about how you can do better the next day. You should, right? So yeah, keep pushing.
All right, next question we got is, what are some marketing and growth strategies you use to further your business to make sure people hear and know about it?
So we started guerrilla marketing in the beginning, hitting the streets, telling people about CMPRadio.net. You need something that catches people's attention. You need people to pay attention to you and trust your words, right? I think so. Last year was a rough year for me, and I had a decision to make whether I was going to continue doing CMPRadio.net. And Ms. Wynn called me up and asked me to come in here, right? I appreciated y'all, right? Because honestly, I was going through some things mentally, right? Losing my mom and things like that. So I was like, man, I don't. So I quit both my jobs, bro. I was making $150,000 a year, right? And I was good, right? That's what everybody want. I want to get to that
Yeah.
point where I'm making that money and I ain't got to worry about anything, but I wasn't happy. You feel me? And the reason I wasn't happy was I wasn't able to focus on my baby. So CMP was my baby, right? I was always able to focus on that. So, my mom passed away. I quit both my jobs. So I had to understand, right, why did those jobs hire me? Because I had a voice, because I had the radio station, because I had a group of people that were standing next to me and supporting me. So I had to jump into that, right? So guerrilla marketing, getting out there in the street, being a people person, right? The things that if you get in a relationship, your girl not gonna like you, smiling at people's faces. You have to be approachable, right? And big shout out to Wallow, man, because the things that he's done. But you have to connect to people you don't know, because the people you know only gonna get you what you know. Right, the people you don't know where they're gonna get you to. You don't know where they're gonna support you. So, getting out there and talking about your business and being, forthright with your business and saying, this is what I do, this is where I came from, this is the type of person I was, I'm not that person anymore. It does so much for your business, right? So that's what we're going to do this summer. I'm going to have 10 kids. We're going to put a street team together. They come from Chester Education Foundation. They're coming right here from CCSA, right? So I'm thinking about all the things that I've been able to do since me and Ms. Wynn had that conversation. I'm like, yo, it was a reason she called me. You feel me? It was a reason I quit both my jobs. You feel me? And I want that reason to be to show the kids that they can have a dream too. And you can't see it, you can't be it. But now you see it, and you know you can be it. What would you have done for this class to have this? You know what I mean? If I wasn't here, right? How would you record it, right? So it's just being available for people to use you and your talents and your gifts, man. That's it.
All right, so coming up on one of the last questions we got, it's kind of a two-parter. What makes your story unique, and what did you do personally to learn from your story?
What makes my story unique? I was about to curse. I was born right here in Chester, right here in these streets. I played on these streets. I did a lot of things on these streets, and I needed to change, right? My story is unique because there are so many roads to your dream. This is what I was always supposed to do. I was supposed to have a radio station, but I was supposed to be on a radio station talking about the things, but I had to go down the road I went down because I chose to hang out on the street, right? Now, once I turned 36, I realized that I couldn't give hustling to my son. See, people don't realize that they can't give these gifts that they have or the curses that they have. You can give those to your kids, right? But if you change your life, you can give them something else. I want to leave my son something that he can stand on, something that he could be proud of. My daughters, I wanted to do the same thing for them. So I've learned how to make lemonade from oranges, right? Not necessarily have the right things to get things done. People say, how you make lemonade from oranges, bro? I don't know. It tastes like lemonade, don't it? It don't taste like orange juice. So it's real. Does it take a lot of work? Absolutely. A lot of belief in yourself? Absolutely. And but it can happen. You just gotta believe, right? So for all you seniors out there, man, that don't know what y'all gonna do, figure it out. Create a 5-year plan. I tell people all the time, I wrote down everything about the radio station in a journal. And that journal, my therapist told me to buy. CMP. What does CMP stand for? Bro, I tried to think of so many things. Cultivating mature positivity. That's what I want to do. I want to grow mature positivity. What's mature positivity? Mature positivity is understanding that negativity does exist, but not paying it any mind, right? Because if you think about it, let's say you're playing football and it's a linebacker on the other side, you're a running back. You know you got to get past him. But the plan is to act like he's not there. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you got it in your head that he's going to tackle you, what is he going to do? Exactly. He's going to tackle you. So you have to know that negativity is there. You just don't pay it any mind. So on cmpradio.net, I might talk about a little bit of negativity, right? But just to get you to understand that you can talk about it to grow from it. I don't push no murders. I don't push no crimes. I'm not looking to be the lamestream media and talk about all the bad things that my community is doing. No, I want to talk about the good. I will pull some coattails on the parenting issue. I will pull some coattails on the relationship issue. I will pull some coattails on the leadership issue. But I will never talk about the crimes that's going on because we can do better as a community. So it's been hard, bro. That's trying going on. It's been hard, but it's worth it. And I want everybody to understand how. If you have a dream to be an entrepreneur, it won't work out the way you think it will. It will be hard, be long nights, early mornings. It's a sacrifice because you want something. So you got to sacrifice. Sometimes you got to sacrifice a relationship. Sometimes you got to go without a relationship. Sometimes you got to learn to love yourself inside of that, right? Burnout is what I was suffering from last year, right? And it was 7 years of constant flowing and going and continuing to move. And today I can honestly say, I've healed from that. You feel me? And I'm trying to move forward. So I'm just excited for all the kids that helped me out, from Hattie to Farah, you feel me? From you feel me? Like Janine and Celia and Lakira, they have their own podcast. I got some middle school kids that got a podcast. So I'm just excited for them to just have the opportunity to do it. Because it wasn't here last year, and it's here now. So, let's see what happens next year. But believe in yourself, and dreams, trust me, dreams do come true.
So throughout this interview / podcast, you give us a lot of insight, a lot of things to look back on. What's one thing that you would tell everybody at home?
Believe in yourself. No. Believe in yourself. Don't do it for the applause. Don't do it for the claps. Don't do it for the validation. Believe in yourself. Believe in your dream. Don't do it because your girlfriend says you can do it. Don't do it because your girlfriend says you can't do it. Don't worry about her. Do it for you. Don't do it because your mom don't want you to do it. Don't do it because your dad don't want you to do it. Do it for you. Believe in yourself. Because if you believe in yourself and everything, anything, every last thing is possible. I believe in myself. I believe in my vision. I believe in my dreams. And things happen, bro. Things will happen. Trust me. You will not be able to stay on the road completely. You'll take your foot off. You'll stop and smell some roses, right? But you have to keep moving forward, right? Whatever happens, man. I had a lot of things happen over these last 7 years, right? And it would have knocked anybody off it. And some people applaud me just for staying with it for 7 years, right? But, it was a dream. It was all I had, literally. That was all I had. If I sat here and explained everything to you that happened and when I turned 37, you'll be like, damn. But you just need to believe in yourself, trust in yourself, your vision, your ideas, and you'll meet some people that'll help you along the way. Trust me, I've met a few people. I've gotten help, and now I have a full team, and we're gonna hit this summer. We're gonna hit the ground hard. So I'm excited for that. Absolutely.
I just want to thank you for taking time out today to speak to us, letting us know how it all started, giving us motivation and inspiration to continue it, and just being an outlet for kids that don't know what they want to do in their life.